you sort of summed that up pretty incredible. I mean, I think you only led for maybe 2 or 3 minutes the whole night. You come away with the win. How do you assess that?
Yeah, I think, well, first, let me just say a quick thing about United. You know, they were quite scrappy. They played a hell of a game tonight, and obviously could have gone either way. And, you know, I think actually Dean's been overlooked. He's done a really, really good job with this group. When Ely's not out there for the length that he's been missing, I think it's a huge factor in everything, and obviously Huckporty being out. So they are very scrappy and very tough, and, you know, kudos to them in the fight tonight. You know, in the huddle in the fourth quarter when we started, we said we wanted to hold them to 15 points. I look down here and we held them to 15 points in that quarter. And, you know, our MO is obviously to be a defensive-minded team, but really our MO is to defend the island and the grit and grind, and just incredibly proud of all these guys and the fight they have in them, and they just never give up. And it's not always pretty, but the people in Tasmania expect us to fight like this, win or lose, and so I'm very proud of our group.
Sometimes it comes down to just shot making at the end in a game like that.
Sure.
Milt felt like he was pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, Milt was fantastic. You know, he's quite smooth and easygoing, and looks like he's not doing a lot. And then he has these explosions of where he's just really tough to handle. And as Magnay gets healthy, and him in the pick and roll, and just Milt's ability to do some of those things, it just opens up the floor for a lot of guys. And you know, Shawnee Mack was fantastic again tonight, and just everyone contributed. You know, Whitey came in and had really quality minutes for us when we needed, and it was just a team effort. And again, I'm very proud of our group.
Just with Isaac, just with the minutes, and Clint's minutes are down. I'm not sure if he's okay, but what went into the sort of rotation tonight?
More than anything else, you know, Clint is, and Magnay for that sake, are around 15-minute mark. That's what we're trying to keep them at early on, and they need repetitions of game actually playing in these games, because the adrenaline's flowing and you're just not the same as being in a practice situation. So they're going to need 3 or 4 games minimum to get under their belt to where they get some conditioning under them. And I just thought Clint, you know, burned out relatively quickly, and then we were trying to keep him in those minutes anyways. And again, our motto is always the next guy up and just be ready to go. And, you know, Jared Bairstow's been playing pretty well for us. He doesn't even play tonight. So it's just a credit to this group and just their intent to go out and just be disruptive and scrappy.
And just the 31 points in the first quarter for Melbourne, and CG I think had 13. So is that defensive breakdowns or tip your hat?
Well, I think it was a combination of both. They had 53 at half, which is, you know, makes me want to throw up. But at the end of the day, we had a lot of breakdowns of some of our coverages in areas where we just let them off the hook, I think. And then they had some great shot making. You know, when Chris sees the ball go in, it's a problem, and it starts to open up other things. And so the second half was just about us getting back to just getting the ball leveled off and slowing down just a tad also offensively, and kind of grinding away a little bit more. And these guys just were relentless.
Coach, you just spoke about the next man up mentality, and one man who emphasised that tonight, I thought, was Sean McDonald.
Yep.
DP for you guys,
Yep.
comes out with a career high 14
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Like, just amazing in terms of...
Yeah, you know, obviously Isaac's a developmental player, and listen, I see these guys every single day do the work, and I trust them immensely. And when they get their opportunities, we put them on the floor. I also want to say that, you know, Mark Radford and Jacob Chance and Jack Fleming drew a tremendous amount of work with our development program, and Sean McDonald is reaping the benefits of those coaches working with him every single day. And he's on the floor, and he earns his right to be on the floor, and that's how we just do it down there. And I don't promise anyone anything other than an opportunity, and Sean has grabbed onto it with both hands.
How do you assess this, we'll call it a rivalry with Melbourne? I know you don't like to call it that, but just in terms of the record you guys now have against them is pretty impressive. I think it's either 5 of the last 6 or 6 of the last 7 that you've won. What is it about this matchup that you guys like?
Well, I guess I'm not that smart, so I don't really see it that way at the end of the day. I just see us playing another game and getting ready to go prepare, and we have to, you know, obviously come over here and play them. And yeah, I don't see it necessarily that way. I've said before, you know, our rivalry is everyone off the Tasmanian island. So anytime we go play somebody, it's a rivalry for us. We're not in the league long enough, I think, to create rivalries, and you know, we've had some luck in this building, but that doesn't mean that stays with you. You have to do the work.
Just to comment on Jack McVeigh's performance, seems to be really important when it looked like things were getting a bit dicey for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's just been a steady force and continues to improve and has great growth in his game. And, you know, him and Rashad are quite the duel at times and can be a handful of those two guys together, and they played quite well down the stretch for us. and Jack's ability to make shots and just be creative around the basket. And looks like he's running in mud, but he's actually getting things done. And he's been a heck of a player for us again. And again, it's just everyone kind of chipping in. You know, Majette didn't practice for 3 days. His wife was in labor and flew in here late last night to be with us. And so guys are just doing what they need to do to get things across the line for us.
Isaac, have you embraced as Scott was talking to, some nights the minutes are down, and then there's a night like tonight where he'll lean on you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just the way it is, to be honest. Like, obviously, I'd love to play 40 minutes a night, but, you know, I've come into this team as a, you know, injury replacement now, development player. I don't really get caught up in my title per se, but, like, I know that we have some quality guys in this team, and I know what my strengths are, and I know that, you know, some nights I'll be needed, some nights I won't. So I guess what I'm trying to work on is getting consistent with, like, when I do get my chance, coming in and changing the game. That's what I focused on tonight, coming in, bringing my energy and trying to, you know, fix up some of the holes I saw on the floor.
There was a couple of possessions where you were on CG in the fourth quarter there. How do you approach that specific defensive matchup, particularly on a night like tonight where he's knocking them down?
Well, I mean, obviously he's dangerous. I think that the plays you're talking about is when I was kind of bumping him down the floor. I think it's just something we preach, being physical, not being afraid to put a body on guys and, you know, wear him down. I was fresh. He probably wasn't. So I thought, you know, bump him a few times, it might help us out a bit.
You weren't with this group last season, Isaac, but you come in and fit in really well. But I just want to know the culture that everyone speaks about with the JackJumpers that was really evident tonight in terms of never giving up. Like, how easy was that for you to just kind of fit into that? And what does it mean to the playing group now that you kind of, you know, you've been battling guys, you know, out all season, but you found a way to get some wins. You're now sitting at 500 with a chance to really move up the standings. Yeah,
I mean, I think this group kind of, you know, fits me as a human, to be honest. I think, you know, they're hard working. We preach, you know, grit and grind, defending the island, all that sort of stuff. So I'm territorial. I love being part of, you know, an underdog group. So that's been an easy fit for me. But yeah, I mean, it's just night in, night out, giving our best effort. And, you know, at the end of the season, hopefully we'll be where we need to be. But it's just staying consistent, not being, you know, a hero on any given night, just trying to stay steady.
There's a weird situation. I think it was blood. It looked like it was blood on Milt's jersey.
Yeah.
So you came in and shot the free throw now.
Yeah, I'm sick.
The good news is that it's not credited to your free throws. I think it goes to Milt. So do you owe him something, or what happened to you?
It's unfortunate for Milton, just not my problem. That's great, though. I didn't even see that. It's good.
Well, thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.